Nelly, good morning, afternoon, evening. Time kind of blurs together right now, right?
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. I guess it depends on where you're at. You know what I mean?
Very true, very true. And Nelly, thank you so much for taking the time today, man. It's so great to talk to you. And in case anybody's wondering, a little bit, Nelly, Florida Georgia Line teaming up again, streaming wherever you consume your music, and of course on great radio stations like this one. Let's start off then there a little bit. Almost 10 years ago, the first collaboration with Florida Georgia Line Cruise, that was about 2012. Here we are, just under 10 years. What's it like coming back and having fun with those guys again?
Ecstatic, man. I mean, ever since we did Cruise, it's like, we never lost contact. We actually grew a lot closer. And it's amazing because those guys are truly my family. I love them to death. Shout out to Tyler and BK and to their whole family, because I mean, when you get a chance to watch people first kind of start off their career, not really at the beginning of their career, but when we hooked up, these guys were just single bachelors doing their music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And growing to become these mega stars that they have become. And then you watch this transformation into husbands and fathers, and just their music career just being where it is, man. And it's amazing. It's definitely something that you value. And when you call yourself family like that, we've done a bunch of tours, bunch of shows. So, those my cats, man. It's good.
Exciting stuff. So we just celebrated the 20-year anniversary of Country Grammar. Congratulations on the success. Obviously, that's a huge smash. Everybody in the world knows Country Grammar. When you start to hear that opening, everybody knows what's going down. Over your career, you've done a lot of collaborations with country artists, but I think there are still people that to this day are shocked when they hear you on a country record.
Oh, really?
Even though Country Grammar says it in the name. What's it been like for you working, in such an interesting cross of genres and approaches?
It's been dope, man. I mean, country music has, opened their arms to Nelly, like you said, ever since my first album, ever since Country Grammar, before I even started doing collaborations. We were doing music festivals and certain type of shows where the headliner might have been a country artist. So, anytime what the headliner is, that's usually a good thought of what 50% of the crowd is going to be, if not more.
Sure.
If not more, when you have these different acts on a show. So we were doing shows, we were doing rodeos, we were just doing different things, and we were getting so much love from all genres of life, and country was no exception. And they were and it was just amazing. And, when you grow up in Missouri, St. Louis, which is a huge country base, and when you're born in Texas, which, I mean, there's no need to say anything about that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I think that this merger was inevitable for me. If not me, then who probably at this point. And I just think everything fell in line, man, and the stars aligned. And I love doing different things, as you can tell with my music, just all throughout my career. I love to try to be the first to build a bridge or to be, to carve a lane out. And I think this lane was just made for me to carve out. And here we are. I think this is the door opener with this with this project, with this country influenced EP called Heartland.
And that actually leads to the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about. Heartland, your EP coming out sometime this summer. And what was it like working on that for you? Obviously, the pandemic has kind of changed how people have had to work in general, but, were you able to adapt pretty easy to putting the finishing touches on it and creating through the process?
Yeah. Well, actually, I haven't closed the door just yet. I mean, we've been doing such great songs, man. I probably got like almost 20 to 25 songs lined up to do 7.
I was going to say, that's not an EP at that point.
7. To do like 7. So, but it's been great, man. I mean, all of the people that have been hearing about it, that's been wanting to be a part of it. The word is just growing, and you're getting all artists from walks of life just wanting to be a part of it. And I think a lot of people can sense how important that this project could truly be to music as a whole. And I think people just want to be involved. And not just counting people that I'm already cool with that
Yeah.
that are willing to help at the drop of a dime, such as Florida Georgia Line, which I think if I'd have put this project without these guys on it, I might have had a real problem next time I was in Florida or Georgia.
Awesome. Well, we're very excited for that. Finally, just want to touch a couple things real quick. Your big Lay's campaign going on right now. I have to know, what is your favorite flavor of Lay's?
Flaming Hots.
Of course. Always a classic.
Always a classic. Yo, you're not going to get me off script, buddy. Come on, Gabrielle.
That's the extent of my gotcha question for today. So you handled it pretty well. And finally, just, to touch on your success on Dancing with the Stars. You had a great finish, and you actually were able to make a big impact as you donated some merchandise from the show to a human trafficking project. What's it like to be able to take experiences like that and then turn them into more for an organization that really does help people, which is obviously a big part of who you are?
Right. Well, I think that's like the icing on the cake. Anytime you can go out and do something that basically benefits a 360 being yourself and others, which continues to bring it back to yourself, because that's something that I felt, almost to the way that I grew up. When you grow up in a certain way and you grow up not having, one of those things that you kind of promise yourself is that, if I can get to a place to where I can share my blessings and things that I'm doing with others, I'm going to do it. And that's always been something that I've always tried to do since the beginning of my career. So this was no different, man. And we were just even though we haven't auctioned off the shoes yet, make sure everybody stay tuned, follow all my social and everything, and you can hear how you can help with the Teen Project, which, like you said, houses sex trafficked teens. We're going to auction off the shoes that I wore on Dancing with the Stars. So, we just feel proud, man. And I don't want to say that it's really no big deal, because I feel like it's something that, I'm going to do. I'm going to always do. It's not anything that I do for the flowers or anything like that. But I just feel like it's something that I do because I've always done it and I will continue to do.
Well, that's outstanding. And thank you so much for continuing to, use your position to help people and to really make that 360. That's fantastic. Of course, Heartland coming this summer, the big EP from Nelly. And right now you can stream Lil Bit, Nelly featuring Florida Georgia Line, anywhere that you listen to music, and including this radio station. Nelly, so much. Thank you. And have a great time. We look forward to more great things from you, bud.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right.